So continuation of general ledger. Friday, last session, I just explained how we can create an individual task related to our creation of primary or a consolidation ledger. Then I explained the importance of security rule. Security rule, it's nothing but like a values at value, chart of account structure, values at value specific. But one condition, so once you enabled it, all value, multiple value, or a single value for the respective value set, respective security rule, along with the policy, condition and policy has to be assigned to the relevant role along with the respective user. Second, I just explained cross-validation rule. Cross-validation, it's nothing but the code combination is valid or invalid can be identified with the help of combination of segment value. So I just explained like a commission account not allowed for all company, all intercompany with respect to 100 and 150. Similarly, so balance sheet code combination, we have to use 000. Revenue and expenditure natural account code ranges, we should not use 000. Likewise, I just created some kind of a scenario and we tested. Very first time, any new feature if you are going to introduce in your Oracle Fusion application related to chart of account structure and instances, deployment is mandatory. Unfortunately, deployment is instance level in our Fusion application. Even any one of the chart of account instance, it's not given like a proper label or some issues. It will throw the error. It won't complete our compilation or deployment properly. So that's why compared to our EBS, this is very, very important to be noticed as far as our functional consultant point of view. Then I just explained like an account aliases. Even in AP module, we can use distribution set, but instead of distribution set creating plenty, we can create our partial or full kind of like a shortened code. Either it can be accepted or overridden. Even compared to our EBS, so it is coming on the top. Either you can use like a drop down or straight away you can type the code combinations also possible. Even override also possible. Normally in general ledger is the owner of journal entry, ledger balance, trial balance, etc. So when we are going to derive accrual basis of revenue and expenditure, adjustment entry can be passed in our respective GL module. Without touching the original entry comes from the respective subledger. We have to pass such kind of entry. Such kind of entry. So that it will derive so the particular period, either a month or a quarter or an annual, whether that income and expenditure, revenue and expenditure has been incorporated, whether we are received the payment or not, whether we made a payment or not, but the accrual entry has to be recorded for our statutory and MIS point of view. Then I just explained like a different type of entries, how it will come or how we have to pass and where and all we can pass in our GL module. The first one functional currency, 1 batch 2 journal, 1 batch 3 journal. Without a batch name or a journal name, we can enter a journal also possible. Which components and all mandatory, which is editable before save, after post. Posting, it's nothing but it will push the information to our GL underscore balances table for creating our ledger balance combination of your period, chart of account code combination, currency, etc. And then I just explained after posting it can be done in many places. So normally company will use like an approval group or like a supervisory approval and all before posting. That can be created through our VPM. Second, after posting, we verify the balances in the respective journal window under the right top corner. So initially it is projected balance. After posted, it is nothing but like a balances. Under general accounting period close, we can find out like a child balances or like a parent or a summary balances through our analyze balances. Even we can run a report. So then I just explained modification can be done once it is posted through our rectification or reversal. So posting always batch specific, reversal either a batch or a journal or a category with respect to the scenario or like a screen specific. So rectification, we have like a plenty of lines in a particular journal. 1 or 2 lines is the issue. Instead of reversing the journal and correcting the journal, we can use rectification. Otherwise, many people are using reversal in real time. Next month, first day, same day, next non-adjusting period, first day, etc. So the next one, I just explained suspense. To be honest, suspense, it's not mandatory in our EBS, even in Fusion. But unfortunately, if we are using like a decimal kind of foreign currency daily rates conversions, so we have to enable that kind of suspenses. Also, when you are uploading journals via spreadsheet or a legacy, unbalanced journal can be uploadable WU01 for actual encumbrances. It's mandatory for our encumbrances. Reserve for encumbrances for encumbrance unbalanced journal. So these two codes are not there. You can't upload any unbalanced journal to our Oracle application. So then I just explained what is the purpose we enable primary balancing segment value. Second, how it is tracked. Third, how the unbalanced journal uploadable through our ADFDA spreadsheet journal. Fourth, how the line got inserted by the system after a posting. These are all we tested through auto posting. Also, I explained. Auto posting, we can create n number of criteria for a ledger. Similarly, auto reversal, you can create n number, but only one can be associated through our ledger via specify ledger options. And then foreign currency, daily rates, rate type and rates has to be given. Ended balance and total or accounted balance also I have explained. Differences, whether entered tally, if entered it's not tally, or accounted block it's not tally. In Fusion, both are suspense only will come. Intercompany and intra-company. Actually, this is how in EBS. In Fusion, it is called chart of account rule, ledger rule, legal entity rule, primary balancing segment rule. Out of first two rule, so definitely chart of account and ledger is a priority. Second and third and fourth, legal entity and primary balancing assigning to the legal entity and primary balancing segment value. These are all mandatory. So so no need to assign a legal entity or assign a legal entity without a company code and we can test. More than one legal entity sharing a single ledger, then assigning of BSV, it's mandatory. And then legal entity rule or primary balancing will come into the picture. Then I explained ledger set. It's a kind of a privilege. Ledger level parent or a summary that is called ledger set. So if chart of account instance and calendar is common, then only we can group through our ledger set. Otherwise, not possible. Ledger set, as and when you completed our ledger options, or review and submit, or ledger set, system will automatically trigger our data access set. That can be assigned through like a data access for users along with the job role and user for entering a transaction, etc. So apart from that, so what is the meaning of data access set? System automatically created like, three access type called full ledger, balancing segment value, management segment value under construction. So full ledger read and write will be triggered as and when we are completing review and submit our ledger set. Partially read and write or fully read, if you want, we can create a manual data access set and assign to our particular roles and test pass. So when I explain this topic with the help of primary balancing segment value, so security rule and data access set, which is highest if you ask me. So security rule is like, highest as far as Oracle application point of view. So the value what are all prevented, which won't be available in list of value as well as transaction for either transaction or for even searching, which is not allowed. Whereas data access set, it is very well allowed for our searching. But prevention means secured. That's it. The next one I just explained, like, revaluation, currency revaluation. So to identify the respective country, whether it is fallen or like, strengthened. So based on our foreign earnings, foreign currency, so earnings and outgo accordingly, based on the report comes from the respective MNCs or like a exporter, we have to give it to the respective neutralized bank. And then it has to be identified by the respective country. So foreign currency to our functional currency, not all the code combination, overseas debtor, overseas creditor, and then EFC, etc. It is going to create like an unrealized gain or loss account. It is going to create unrealized gain or loss account. The next one I just explained, like, so for that, you should have like, what is our foreign currency debtors and creditors. For that, you have to create one kind of a rule, and cross currency conversion rates has to be defined on the last day of every month for our class. Some country, they are doing it in once in 3 months. So foreign currency to functional, when you have a due balances only, it will work. Functional currency are like to reporting currency, then it is called translation. Translation can be done manual or automatic. Automatic RCL. RCL means reporting currency. Primary, it's another image that is called reporting. When you do reporting, so there is a prerequisite called like, except currency, all the 3C should be common. And then both the ledger period should open and then daily rates must be defined. Otherwise, it won't push any information from our primary to reporting condition. The posting has to be done either from subledger or from our GL primary ledger. For that, there is a method of like, conversion type that is called journal, subledger, and balances. Journal and subledger, it is drill down capability allowed, whereas for balance, it's not allowed. Balance, if you are going to use IFRS setups, it's going to coming to the picture. That is period and period average, historical rates, and then cumulative translation adjustment account also required. So automatic RCL and manual translation, both I explained, and I ran one trial balance for functional currency, RCL, and then balance. So the difference between these three, one by one, I just explained and completed. This is how, like, the general ledger previous day session has concluded. Today, I'm going to start with very first topic, GCS or consolidation, global consolidation system. Global consolidation system. What is global consolidation system? First of all, what is consolidation? When I'm using one organization structure, I'm not using more than one ledger. run a parent code. In a single ledger, run a parent code related to your balancing segment code and you can run a report through our FRC. Then it is called consolidation. But it's very tough when the companies are launching, like, many kind of different countries, then we can't go for a single ledger in real time. So sharing a different ledger, whether the same value set or a different value set, then we have to complete those kind of a mapping with the help of GCS, Global Consolidation System. When you are going to do a global consolidation, the mapping can be done two methods. One is account mapping, another one is segment mapping. Segment mapping, it is like, so each segment, how the mapping has to be taken care of from source to target. When you are using like, a specific code combination, if you want like, detailed one, then account mapping, you can set it at the time of completion or additionally. Accounting mapping alone, it is very tough to fulfill the consolidation requirement from the client. That is why most of the companies are using segment mapping. So what is segment mapping? For that, Oracle, they have given 4 actions in real time. Let me take an example for my class. My US primary ledger, we are having 4 segments. So I want to consolidate it to like, my GCS ledger, whether it is situated in same country or a different country. Same country means translation not required. Different country means translate, then consolidate. But mapping has to be done. That is called chart of account instance mapping. So the target has to be fulfilled. So that is why on the first day of the GL, your trainer, he created one GCS ledger, like a line of business, cost center, account, sub-account, and product. So until otherwise, these 5 segments not there even in single code combination, it is not allowed for save or even a post. For that, Oracle, they have given like, so segment mapping means, so this segment, it has to map to which segment. For that, Oracle, they have given like a 4 actions. Any action can be performed for any mapping of your segment value. Condition, if it is fulfill your requirement. So first one I'm going to explain, that is called assign single value. Assign single value, it's nothing but like, 2 purposes. Normally Oracle, they are given this action to perform. Number 1, take the value, whether it is created a transaction in any company code of your primary ledger. Even you can perform this with your ledger to GCS. So any value set value, when you are going to use this, take the value from subsidiary or a source chart of account. It will be assigned as a single value with respect to your holding or target. So that means when I'm going to type in this example, you can say 1 or a 2 or a 3. Please check only the primary balancing segment. It will come under 10, 10, 10, 10. So that is called any value. When you are going to take it from your subsidiary, it will assign as a single value. In that circumstances, we can go for this action. Any department, let it go like a 000 or 210. Even that cases also, we can use assign single value. But whether it is an asset or liability or equity, revenue, expenditure, it will go like an asset. It is ruled out. So for account mapping, we can't use assign single value. Second feature. So when holding company having greater than the number of segment of your source chart of account, then without taking the value, we can default some value, dummy value. Otherwise, we can't fulfill our code combination in the respective target or holding. So assign a default value in holding or target chart of account. In that circumstances, also we can perform assign single value. Many companies are using some many third-party tool, but to be honest, this feature is without a customization very well available in our application. For my class, so company, I took it from my primary and assigned to LOB as a 10. Without taking the value, default 40 for sub account, default 30 for product. That is my fulfillment for out of 5. So all the yellow, it is nothing but assign single value. Completed. Second one, it is not assigned. Second one, which is not assigned. What is not assigned? When, for example, I don't have these two segments. When holding target chart of account having number of segment lesser than your source value set, then we can go for your so intercompany, which is not assigned here. It is ruled out for our class because we have 5 here 3. The next one, like copy value from, we can go for this particular action condition, especially either any value set we can perform if you are sharing the same value set, or if it is a different value set with, for example, if it is asset, liability, equity, revenue, and expenditure. Same 4-digit Bhaskaran, but it's a different asset type. Wrong. Here asset, there liability. So digit itself should be a common. No, wrong. If you are using an account, so not only your value and then description and account type also should be common. If it is a different size of your maximum size, we can't perform this copy value from. So in that scenario, Oracle, they have given another option called like, use roll-up group. So keep it in mind when you are using same value set is the best practice when you are going to perform any of the segment, we can use copy value from. Assign single value one time. I want more than one time. For example, here the size is 4, here the size is 5. I can't say it is like, sharing the same value set. In that circumstances, this code ranges cash and bank account go like this code. Current assets and loans or advances go like this code. Likewise, we can occur more than one mapping, similar like your assign single value. Then we can go for our use or roll-up rules, irrespective of the digit or irrespective of our account type. Doesn't matter. Individually or a range can be mapped into our more than one time. That is called use roll-up rules. So anybody can tell me, based on this particular mapping, your trainer, he did like, assign single value company code to 10 and then company code to 10. All right. Second, it's not assigned. Third, what is there in our primary ledger, the same account code will be available with the same account type in our respective GCS. 00 to 00, 000 in my target, 001 to 299, 100 is my target, 300 to 399, 310 is the target, 400 to 999, 400 is the target. Anybody, can you tell me? So, anybody can you tell me for this first one, what is my target balance?
400.
Instead of 4 segment, I need 5 segments. Correct?
Okay.
Tell me. First one, maybe teacher always. That's right. So 04 or any code, 10 is the company code. Correct?
Yes.
475, 400 is a assign single value or roll-up rule.
Yes.
4130, it will come as it is. 4 zeros and 3 0. Clear? Now tell me the second one.
10. 0 0 0. Just a second. 1 2 5 0. It will come in this. You have from and to account numbers. No.
Copy value from na. As it is.
Mm-hmm.
Copy value from means what, ma? Your passport has been taken as a Xerox. How it will come? My photo. Your photo only. So 41301520 it is. That is called copy value from. Clear?
Okay.
Can you try the third one again?
10
Uh,
310
mm.
7530.
Dummy value 4 zeros and 3 zero. Raja, clear?
Yes.
If you know this is the output, then we have to perform the mapping like this. Clear? Next.
10
Mm.
100
Mm.
7420. Same.
Mm. Mm.
10
Mm.
310 41100.
That's all, Raja. Clear? So, if I want to do this, what is the first step? Elimination of intercompany has to be taken care of. This can be done through our spreadsheet manually or through our EPM, through our formula. So, the next we have to perform our mapping. So, let me show you how to do this particular topic. Number one, define consolidation ledger. Your trainer already completed. Friday morning, first topic. Ledger option over, review and submit over, and then user also over, data access over, first period over, target period. We can do it for January. We are not entered any transaction in the month of February. Done. So now the first topic, manage chart of account mapping. Manage chart of account mapping. Setup and maintenances. Setup and maintenances. Manage chart of account mapping. You participants also can use GCS is your consolidation ledger. Clear? From your ledger to A01 to A00 GCS. So now I can click on here. Before that, I can show you what is GCS. Manage primary ledger. In that, Bhaskaran ledger, it's nothing but like, A00 chart of account. A00 US chart of account. A00 GCS chart of account. A00 GCS chart of account. That chart of account on Friday I created with the 5 segments. So GCS chart of account. It is line of business cost center account. Account I'm using the existing value set, copy value from. Comfortable? Manshi, understood pa? Super. Now I will move on to our chart of account mapping for GCS point of view. So let me click on create. So Bhaskaran USPL2. So US GCS. US GCS. So don't use like a keyboard and all. You can choose the proper one. Otherwise, you have to cancel and come back. Don't use tap, 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 down, 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 down. Choose the proper one. The target, it's nothing but GCS. Then source, it is nothing but my US. You won't believe any one person can perform for A01 to A00 GCS. It is for everyone. Because everybody using same chart of account with respect to your primary ledger. So bug number 1 in this window. Initially you selected, then you are changed. It won't change properly. You have to cancel and come back. It's a training instance. Production, it's not a problem. So for class, I'm going to use assign single value for my company, LOB, sub-account, and product. LOB, sub-account, and product, assign single value. So depending upon the action, so whether the value has to be inherited or merged to the target value or take it from our source value. So assign single value means 10, 20, 30 which I created, that it will come. Sub account, I'm going to select assign single value. This is also available in the target. The fifth one, assign single value. This is also, it will come under like a target. Cost center, I'm going to select. Before that, I can complete account. Copy value from nothing but Bhaskaran account. Now I will move on to cost center. The moment we select use roll-up rule, department has to be mapped to cost center. The roll-up rule, like condition and source filter will come into the picture. So first one, I'm going to give like 0. Condition between, this is the target value with respect to my GCS, between 00 to 00 you can say, otherwise equal to 000 also you can say. Clear? Second, 100 I want, so between I'm going to select 001 to 299. Then I'm going to select like 210. 210 I'm going to select. Sorry, 100. Okay, fine. 100 is already over. It is 310. So between 300 to 399. Last one 400. Between 400 to 999. Likewise, we can give roll up more than 1 times. That is why it is called use roll up rules. So my chart of account mapping has been successfully completed. Go back to our checklist. Now I'm going to do my consolidation. Why? Because the chart of account which is already there with respect to my ACS, I told you. So copy this, GCS. Open my browser, another browser. A00 GCS, W capital, welcome 1, 2, 3. Oh, that day I told you, right? Somebody is given a complex W capital @1, 2, 3. @1, 2, 3. So let me navigate to the GCS ledger, whether the period is open for our January. General accounting. And then period close. Open. Even February, no problem. Go to our journal. If I search for January 2025, manage journal. Manage journal. So instead of February, I can select January and then search. None of the informations are available because it created which is not pushed anything from any of our ledger. So now I will navigate to our period close, or you can do transfer ledger balances through scheduled process. Tools, scheduled process. I'm in my regular user. transfer ledger balances from one ledger to another. Condition mapping has to be completed. How can we verify? Instead of source ledger, Bhaskar and primary, I'm going to select GCS here. Source is GCS. Target is primary. It says no chart of account mappings are available. Now I will change it to my ledger and then GCS ledger. Yes, mapping will come into the picture. What is the mapping we completed? That mapping, it will come here. Otherwise, you have to define and come back. You want period to date, project to date, or QTD, quarter to date, or year to date, that you can specify depending upon the company. Some company, every PTD they will get the GCS wala get the cumulative. Some company, every month they will send a cumulative. The previous month will be reverse next month first day. So likewise, they can perform. Depends. Period January in my books. So the first one your trainer is explained how to do the mapping of your chart of account. Second mapping related to our calendar. What is calendar? So source they are using a monthly, January to December. Target they are using January to December, either a same calendar or a different calendar. No problem. January to January. Source they are using month only, target also month, but source April to March, target January to December. Now the target person has to decide whether the April has been merged to Jan or April. Source they are using a month, target they are using a quarter, then January has to go to first quarter or a second quarter or a third quarter. Likewise, you have to merge. April, it will goes to second quarter. Critical one. Sir, primary ledger quarter, sir, Bombay Stock Exchange. In India, they are using quarterly calendar. Accounting calendar I'm talking about. But GCS, instead of quarter, they are using a month. How to do it? In Oracle, balance always period specific. That is not like a day or month specific. So here one period is equal to one quarter. So 31st exactly we have to map the balances to January of your target. 28th February, which includes January, then merge to February, subtract your Jan. The previous month balance you have to subtract. Otherwise, you never get your February balance alone in the target. Likewise, 31st March, subtract either Jan and Feb or Feb cumulative. Likewise, you can identify. If we are using weekly to month, first week, second week, third week, etc. Currency point of view, how the mapping will come into the picture. If both are USD, translation not required. The translation can be done manually or automatically. If it is a different currency, target currency has to decide which currency they are looking for. That mapping has to be done. So now I can move on to that particular window, January to January. If you enable import journal, it will run as a child program. If you want specific company, you can select, even though asterisk, it's not asterisk. You are going to verify whether you want like a summarization. Summarization means net entry or not. Whether that entry, if it is generated with the help of this particular transfer ledger balances, it is should go to your GCS window like a posted mode or unposted mode. So these are all you can enable checkboxes, otherwise which is not mandatory. So let me click on submit. Let me click on submit. So that program, if triggers some import journal, the balances are running or like a for that particular mapping, it is create some kind of a journal. If not, maybe a rule has to be checked, or there is no balances, etc. So now let me click on our GCS ledger. Previously, I selected January. No result was found. Now you can say that through the balance transfer, it's not a consolidation. You will simply say it's like a transfer ledger balance. So that's why balance transfer, it has come from X to Y. The journal itself not coming, maybe the mapping is wrong. Journal is coming unbalanced, maybe overlapping or some code combinations are missing, that you have to correct it and you have to run again. So that is why unposted mode is the best practice. And then let me post. In EBS, there is one program called consolidated, like an audit trial report. Audit trial reports are there. In Fusion, very easy. When you are using this, if that information got posted, or the journal or transfer balance batch came from our primary, when it is got posted, it's a drill down capabilities are there. Where and all duplications are there, Oracle in Fusion, they have removed it. If I take 30,176 credit hyperlink. So 5 segments, how it has come. So 10, 000, 1110. What is the meaning of 10? It is 02. What is 02? So assign single value. How this 10,000 it comes, Bhaskaran? If you click, it leads to your primary ledger's balance inquiry window automatically. Raja, clear? Raja, clear? So likewise, so you can individually find out how the mapping has been done for the respective period. Very well possible. So this is how manually how to do the consolidation between or a transfer of balances from to or source to target with the help of mapping. That is called segment mapping. What is account mapping? Account mapping is nothing but when you are going to type itself, it has to come like this. So likewise, the entire code combination, how it has to come. Anything if you missed it out or anything if you want detail related to some code combination, we can go for accounting. Otherwise, account mapping, it's too vast. Next, I will move on to our very interesting topic called secondary ledger. So the first day your trainer is explained the 3 type of ledger. One is primary. Second one, so which is the ledger we are going to work upon for the respective users or a country, that is called primary ledger. Reporting currency. So primary with the different currency dimension, we are going to get a balance automatically. That is called reporting. Journal subledger balance. When you are going to report to your target ledger with the different currency, reporting currency ledger is mandatory, otherwise optional. Secondary ledger. Secondary ledger. Secondary ledger, it's nothing but. So for reporting currency, what is the prerequisite your trainer says? Except the currency, all the 3 C should be common. Any C is differ, we can go for secondary ledger. Any C is differ. But the relevancy, what all you are doing for that, the relevant prerequisite has to be taken care of. So my primary ledger 4 segment, my secondary ledger, it is like a 5 segment. So we are ready to consolidate with the help of your copy value from our ledger set. Then use the same chart of account, calendar, currency, convention, etc., etc. Even in your secondary ledger, it is easy for our ready to consolidate with different currency. That is called translation. So ready for consolidation, ready for automatic, ready for consolidation. Then it is called secondary ledger. Secondary ledger. So secondary ledger, automatic if you want to do. Many companies are using different calendar or different convention. Otherwise, secondary ledger also optional. The difference between reporting and secondary. Currency only changes, you can go for reporting. Any changes, you can go for secondary. RCL, as and when that information got posted, it will comes to your RCL like a posted mode. Whereas a secondary ledger, it will come either a posted or unposted mode. Reason is also there. Automatic secondary ledger, when the information will be pushed to your secondary ledger. Number one, conversion type journal. So here similar, very simple. Whether it is a subledger or a primary ledger, when the posting is completed in the primary ledger, then only it will push it to your secondary ledger, either a posted or unposted mode. But one condition, if the chart of account is common, then only we can perform this action. Otherwise, ruled out. If ruled out, we can perform the second one. What is that? Either a subledger posting or your primary ledger posting, either a common chart of account structure, even different. So whichever is earlier, that posting is completed, it will push you to your secondary. The one your trainer just now is explained, that is called transfer ledger balance, that is called GCS. So that is also available, but drill down capability not allowed. Where? When you are using in the respective drill down in the sense. No, for only RCL drill down not allowed. Whereas balance with GCS definitely allowed. Some company, they are keeping like a primary ledger separate, no adjustment entry. Adjustment itself, they want to keep one ledger, then it is called secondary ledger. Inconsistent accounting information, if you want to keep it like, your adjustment possible. So primary and your adjustment, you can add, then only, or create a ledger set, then only we can perform. So in that particular, so again, chart of account and calendar should be common. So these are all 4 conversion methods are available for my class. So journal is ruled out. Why? It is a different chart of account. This is the different chart of account. So I'm going to perform subledger. So for this secondary ledger, what is the first prerequisite? So number 1, new ledger ready. How to create a secondary ledger? Second, secondary ledger option to be completed. Third, review and submit. Before that, mapping has to be completed. Just now I completed, we can utilize it. Ledger level mapping to be completed, then review and submit has to be completed. Then it will trigger one more kind of like, data access. Use the existing itself, like, provide the data access related to our secondary ledger and then open the period. Enter a transaction in primary, one RCL, one automatically how it will push it to our secondary ledger like an unposted mode. I'm going to explain. So first step, how to create a secondary ledger with the help of the chart of account, which I used for my consolidation topic. That with the help of that particular chart of account instance, I'm going to use it. Not 4 segment, it is 5 segment. Setup and maintenances. Setup and maintenances. So manage secondary ledger. Manage secondary ledger scope. Raja, any interview question. If I want to create a RCL, what is the prerequisite? So your reporting currency. Then primary ledger. Without a primary ledger, there is no RCL. Remaining 3C, it will pick it from there. Similarly, secondary ledger. Without a primary ledger, there is no secondary ledger. So that is why we are choosing as a scope here. So click on create. The left-hand side, it's nothing but your primary. Right-hand side, it is nothing but secondary ledger. Copy and paste. Chart of account, the one which I used for GCS. Calendar, one and the same. Currency, either a GBP or a USD. Either a GBP or USD. Accounting method for secondary ledger, optional, but if you want to keep, that is also available. Data conversion journal is ruled out. Why? Chart of account is differ. It will shout. It will shout. Hey Bhaskaran, your primary ledger, it is not possible. So that's why it's shouting. Then I will change it to subledger and save and close. Second, reporting, it's nothing but like, chart of account we are not at all creating. We are inherited the chart of account from our primary ledger. Whereas secondary ledger like a primary ledger, all we are creating like a fresh. Then anything when we are going to create like this, then we have to complete our specify ledger option. If this time, don't select the first one, select the second one. The second one, it's related to one is primary, another one, our secondary ledger. Select and add. It is in clock mode at the moment. How many segments? In the secondary ledger, how many segments? 3 and December 24. And then American English 10, 3310, 4 zeros and 3 0. 10, 3500, 4 zeros and 3 0. Corpo rate. Corpo rate. General ledger 10, 000, 2990, 4 zeros and 3 0. Rounding 7826. So reconciliation intercompany, if you want, you can enable. Otherwise, not required. So if you are doing a primary ledger, after this setup, we will complete our review and submit. But for secondary ledger, so association has to be done from your primary to your secondary. For that, chart of account mapping between primary chart of account instance to GCS chart of account instance to be completed. That is the first part, which I completed in our previous topic. Next one, like, ledger level completion, which is missing. That I'm going to show you. Ledger level, we have to do complete primary to secondary ledger mapping. Because we did transfer of balance manually. Now it is going to come automatically. In that circumstances, we have to perform that. We have to perform this. So secondary ledger has to be completed. After this, chart of account mapping, we already completed. So now I'm going to do it for complete primary to secondary ledger mapping completion. Now I can go to complete primary to secondary ledger mapping. The one which is already there, I can select. Whether you want automated by way of post means yes, no means it is unposted. Save and close. Save and close. Save and close. It's completed. Now I'm going to do review and submit concurrent program. Review and submit concurrent program. The source should be, scope should be our primary ledger. So interview question, which is the place we can find out our primary ledger, secondary ledger, legal entity, as many in one shot. This is the place. This is the place we can find out in one shot. So review and submit accounting configuration program. Monitor our scheduled process. So refresh. It's running. So now I can move on to association, data access for existing user, existing role. The third one or a sixth one, you can say manage data access for users. Manage data access for users. With respect to Bhaskaran EMB, role, general accountant, security context. So many things will come. Now I'm going to choose secondary ledger. General accounting manager. The last one, chief financial or financial analyst. Financial analyst. And then save and close. Click on that. And then synchronization. Open our period for that. Anyway, I just used to existing user. Let me log out and log in. If you are creating new user, that user you have to log in. So first period must be open. Target period, January or February for our class. So general accounting and period close, there is a change. There is an icon will be there. You have to choose which is the ledger we are going to perform. So click on secondary ledger. Okay. Never open period. Changed from never open to open. This is coming from specify ledger option. The first period it will come from our specify ledger option. Then target period, I'm going to select February 2025. Similar like our primary ledger. At the moment, none of the information will be available in our respective secondary ledger because now only we created. Bhaskar and so far, what all we posted, opening balance will be taken care of by the respective users because in between it's not ideal. Otherwise, go for our consolidation balance transfer. That is the best practice, Oracle says. So for a training, your trainer is explaining primary ledger some other day and then reporting and secondary different day. But in real time, all will be completed in one shot. Now I will change it to my primary. Again, interview question. From primary to secondary, it will go. From secondary to primary, it won't go. So now I will move on to journal. Create journal. Secondary ledger test. Secondary ledger test. Secondary ledger test. Instead of February, let it be Jan. So it is US ledger. So US currency. So 022107,530. 14,500. This is our revenue. One asset. It is 25,500. And then one revenue. And then it is 38,000. Some cash, 2,000. So likewise, I created some 4 lines. I just created some 4 lines. Reason, how the copy value from mapping, everything, it will come. We explain to that. Right. Even one cash, 4,000 credit. $4,000 credit. If I save, it won't go. As and when post, then only it will go. Not only your primary, one reporting, one secondary. Both are like a journal and subledger. Balance, it won't go automatically. Balance, it won't go automatically. For that, we have to transfer the balance manually. Now I'm in secondary. Primary and reporting we already tested. Now go to manage journal. Now I change the data access set to secondary ledger and then search. It will come manual with accrual with the help of 5 segments. Mapping has been done. So assign single value. Any company it will come 10. 100, 310, 000, it came with the help of use roll-up rule. Copy value from etc., etc., etc. Like an unposted mode. So this is how secondary ledger topic also concluded. So we'll move on to the next topic called auto copy batch after the break. 15 minutes break. Thanks, Sai. So the next topic I'm going to explain very, very interesting related to S-base topics. So many companies are using kind of reports, mass allocations, and kind of smart view, etc. I created some entry for the month of January, February, etc. So I'm going to teach you, first of all, what is auto copy. I'm going to explain. So because of that reason only, many people are not using manually creating a journal in a Oracle Fusion application directly. We can use spreadsheet or we can use auto copy. So if I open my general ledger board checklist file, there is an FRC journal. There is a kind of so I'm going to use January 2025, February 2025. But unfortunately, March 2025, the period it's not at all there. At least quarterly balances I'm going to explain up to January, February, March. PTD, QTD, YTD are month-wise balance. Likewise, I'm going to explain this topic. So this journal, I will create it in the month of Jan. I will auto copy to February and March. Auto copy February and March. So what I will do, let me try, even though it's a training instance, whether it will allow or not, let me try. So at least minimum 3 months are there. It is very easy for me to explain this topic like a PTD, QTD, etc. So otherwise 2 months fine. So March, let me open for US. Similarly for RCL, let me open for March. Similarly for secondary ledger, I can open for March. Enough. Navigate to our US lecture and then OK. So move on to spreadsheet journal. Journal, task panel, create journal in spreadsheet. Create journal in spreadsheet. Downloads, journal entry. Enter the username and password. Enter the username and password. So username and password. And then save. Some problem in my Excel ADFDA. So Bhaskaran, FRC. Ledger. Let me select from the list of value. Date 2025 January. Spreadsheet and accrual. I insert some row. I insert some row and then copy this and then paste 02 company and then 03 company respectively. Now I'm going to upload this. Create journal. Create journal. Submit. Create journal. Submit as an unposted mode. As an unposted mode. Row inserted successfully. The row status has to be coming. Some balance because many account code I have not used for our respective topic to explain like a P&L or a balance sheet or XYZ. So P&L means definitely revenue and expenditure it's required. So few revenue and few expenditure. Likewise, accounts inspector, account monitor, FRC, smart view. Everything I'm going to explain one after another. One after another. Maybe I have to uninstall or what? Okay, done. Super. Let me close this. So now I'm going to explain the first topic. Manage journal first. Spreadsheet, let me search. So the journal which I uploaded, it has come here. Select here and then click on edit. Action, copy. This is auto copy batch. It's not a journal. It is auto copy batch. February, I can select. It is given a name like this. Let it be copied. One more copy. I want to do it for March. One more copy. I want to do it for March. Period should be March and okay. Maybe March, I don't know whether it is postable or not. Now I can search. FRC. FRC. All the three. Let me post first. Let me post first. So we'll play with the February volume. Even we can play with the January. Very well possible. So first topic I'm going to explain. That is called account monitor. Account monitor. So monitoring, normally any ERP if you take, we can do the comparison between budget versus actual versus budget. Actual versus actual, definitely not available even in EBS. So for that reason, Oracle, they have given account monitor feature. I am in the month of February. Last year, same February, what is the balance? Give me the comparison. I am in the month of February. Give me prior month, even actual or a budget. Give me the comparison. Normally, you people are coming with accounts background, volume people. So instead of increasing our revenue, if you decrease your spending of your expenditure, our profit margin will be more. So we are going to verify favorable increase, favorable decrease. Income, even though it is credited or it is increase, it is favorable. Expenditure increase, it is unfavorable. Ulta, it is unfavorable, etc. Kind of a comparison, if you want to check it out, then we can go for our account monitor. Account monitor can be used for that account group. We can utilize it for account monitor purpose, close monitor purpose, and then closing of your total revenue, total expenditure purpose also possible. So let me navigate to general accounting dashboard. General accounting dashboard. Let me take this example for our class. We'll take 02 alone. So 350 department at the moment, 2 revenue, few expenditure, even summary also we can very well use. So account monitor, you can see here. View, account group, create. View, account group, create. So Bhaskaran, and then account, revenue and expenditure. And then account monitor. Do you want to display this output in where? In monitor window or close monitor window or mass allocation window or total revenue, total expenditure, etc. Seeded by Oracle, they have given total revenue, total expenditure by default. I'm going to set as a default. So accounting period means whether it is a weekly, monthly, according to our accounting calendar. Whether you want that period or a quarter or a year, you can choose. That is a time option. Second one, it's a comparison with the previous year PTD or previous period. So if I'm in February, do you want February 2024 or January 2025? Likewise, we can choose here, even budgeted also allowed. Overall access like a Google Drive, this particular account group, only by Bhaskaran, only shared people or anyone. Likewise, we can choose. Today I'm using only one ledger. In the 10 ledgers are there. Dynamically, I want to derive. When you are using ledger set, it is useful. Otherwise, optional. You can give your own naming convention, not necessary the value set value, how you have given the name, that not you have to create it here. You can create your total, you can create like a group. Accordingly, you can monitor or individual expenditure or revenue also, you can compare. Let me go with the revenue. Sales, hardware, related to Bhaskaran US ledger 02. I posted the journal for 350 department. Exactly, I will type 411000. When that particular information has to be defaulted when you are going to select it in account monitor or close monitor or XYZ. Always, otherwise, I will give some amount equal to, it has to be display, or less than it has to be display, or greater than it has to be display. Likewise, you can choose for our class, let it be always. Duplicate. This time I will change it to software. It is 4120, then duplicate to revenue over. You can create a group also possible, I told you. Then salary, it's an expenditure. 5800, duplicate. Raja, you can use group also possible. Bhaskaran, if I have 200 expenditure, you want me to do like a, which are all you are going to compare like a code combination, you can create remaining and all you can create a group. So now I can go to advertisement. 7110, duplicate. Rent 7420, and then duplicate. 7450, telephone 7450. Because of this reason, your trainer, he posted this entry prior to this particular topic. We need some balances. That's why. After telephone, I want airfare 7640. Meals 7690. Miscellaneous expenditure. Miscellaneous expenditure 7740. 7740. Let me click on save and close. You can create as many. You can duplicate or a copy from the existing also possible. So by default, it is showing a December because we set as a default. That's why mine is coming as a default. Let me change it to February. It will compare with the January. So because prior period, so January and December and January, there is no difference at the moment except some of our rent and telephone, etc. So what is the favorable decrease, favorable increase? One by one, I'm going to explain. For that, I'm going to create one dummy journal. One sales increase, one sales decrease, one expenditure increase, one expenditure decrease. How this report is going to come, I'm going to show you. For that, I'm going to create a journal in the month of February. Task panel, create journal. So Bhaskaran account monitor test. February, let me select from the list of value. So let me choose 02 company, 350 department. So salary I want to increase 12,000. Number 2. Advertisements I want to decrease. It is 7,000. Sales I want to increase. Hardware it is increased. Software it is decreased. Ulta side. $20,000. So now listen. Now listen. This is tallied at the moment. Let me click on save first, post second. Post second. And then close. And then close. So let me verify whether that particular journal got posted first. Yes, it is posted. Go back to Springboard. Under period close, sorry, under dashboard. Under dashboard. So now the accounting group by default, it will be defaulted. Instead of December, I want to change it to February. So February means previous period, January, it will compare. You can see that green revenue increased, revenue decreased, expenditure increased, unfavorable, expenditure decreased. Bhaskaran, this is fine. How can you give it to my manager? Export to Excel. This is the one place we can find out this. Export to Excel. What all we have seen, everything like an increase or a decrease or a favorable or unfavorable, everything it will come here along with the percentage comparison. Second, we can run a report also possible. I can show you in a different place. Likewise, we can use your account monitor for monitoring your many construction company or a consultancy company. They are using this feature because they want to compare what was my previous month expenditure, what is my current month expenditure, where we are, why it is overspending, is there number of employee got increased or not. Likewise, we can use. Instead of budget, it is much easier. Any questions? Participants, any questions? Okay. Next, I will move on to inspector, account inspector, which I explained already, but because of the report topic, I'm going to do it one more time. So drill down child balance is different. Like analyze your summary account balance. For that, we can go to our inquiry, analyze balance. That is called account inspector. Account inspector. So you can give for all account code also possible. Specific code, then the dimension it's going to play like a remote control kind of an activity. If you change, it will react. So where you are going to keep it in your report, what you are going to keep it like a dimension, like a report, remote control, then you have to rearrange your account entries or like a dimensions possible. But minimum one row, minimum one column should be there. So let me keep my currency as a column. As many column, PTD, YTD, many things. And then Period, I will drag it. Ledger, let me put it in row. Then account, I will keep it here. So now, if I refresh, the balance will come. Instead of March, if I change it to February, that is also possible. That is also possible. So 4110 and then refresh. 4110 and then refresh. Drill down. It will go to child balance. Drill down. Ledger wise balance, how the entries got deposited. I mean, entered and corrected. That is also we can find out. But I want to give like a report, not only for one account code, like a many account code Bhaskaran. For that, I'm going to explain very interesting topic, FRC report. Basic fundamental revenue and expenditure I'm going to explain with the help of FRC. When Oracle, they are launching this release 13, financial reporting studio, you have to run or you have to install one particular software here. But unfortunately, every time it is keep on changing that particular version, we are unable to complete this FRC report in real time. For that reason, Oracle, they have given in, we can use this FRC as a web-based. Web-based means it is inherited. In Oracle itself, we are going to develop the report. So we can develop. So simplest how the tool can be used, I'm going to explain. So first I'm going to explain FRC report. Income and expenditure, how to develop, I'm going to show you. That report we can run in FRC itself, or we can run in our Smart View also possible. Number two, Smart View itself, how to design our analysis ad hoc report. For that, what are all the prerequisites? One by one, I'm going to show you. And then I'm going to explain like a mass allocation topic. So slowly I will explain. And then how to close your period with the help of close monitor. What is the advantages and what are all our normally which reports we will run and keep it as a backup in our GL. Let me explain. And then we'll decide whether how the other topics I'm going to do a demo. So let me move on to FRC report. Chief Financial Officer or Financial Analyst most sufficient with respect to role. Chief Financial Officer for our training instance, when you are using a UAT, Financial Analyst with data access sufficient. So other and then Financial Reporting Center. Other Financial Reporting Center. I told you before starting this topic, so your trainer, just now he explained, the account monitor we can run from here itself possible. That how to run, I can show you. So before that, I can show you how to navigate to our workspace financial reports. It leads to your enterprise performance workspace system. Enterprise performance management system workspace, EPMS. So what all we properly published from our Oracle database to our respective S-base, it will be automated. So first we have to start with our, when you are going to install any tools, install Smart View, you can install file from here. ADFDI we can download from our tools with respect to our navigation. Financial Reporting Studio also, long back Oracle, they have given in this particular install tool only, but now it is available through our web studio. So once we came to our enterprise performance management system, I just click on tools, launching FRC web-based. there is a 3 blocks: header, body, footer, reports, analysis with the diagrams. These are all we are going to develop. So first one, I'm going to explain how to do this. File, new, report. File, new, report. That report name, I can give our own name. So this particular line, it is nothing but header. This is our body. So place the cursor in the body. So insert, you can say like a grid. Grid means working area or development area related to like a graph sheet. And then you can identify the place where we are going to work. It should be a smaller one. It should be a bigger one. You can delete, you can modify, anything possible. You can rearrange your increase or decreasing a space possible. Initially, you can find out how you are going to fetch the information from our Oracle database to our S-base. We have to give a connection like our Toad, etc. When you see our chart of account, it's not there. And then I can click on new connections. Without a space, I can give Bhaskaran US chart of account or Bhaskaran US database. I can give a name like that. S-base OK, cluster OK. Select my application. Then find out where is A00, etc. Where is our A00, etc. Let me select the proper one. When you are select, don't click on OK. Expand under place the cursor of database and OK. Then only your application and database, it will complete. Otherwise, database, one more time you have to go and check it out. Now click on OK. Now we are connecting the database through from where the link has been provided here. Now I can click on OK. So previously during my inspector, I told you like a dimension, page, row, column. So the dimension layout we are going to design first. Which one you need your page? Bhaskaran, I think I want like, ledger wise or company wise. So balancing segment value, I want to keep it like a page. So you can choose accordingly which is your page. You can choose, drag and drop, you can monitor, you can change later point of time also. Row, I want like, account heads, I need like, row. Column, Bhaskaran, I want a period. January, February, March, April. No, I want PTD, YTD, QTD, YTD. Likewise, like amount type or balance amount. Likewise, you can choose here. And then, Bhaskaran, I wrongly selected. Okay, if I click on OK. So, what is balance amount? The moment if you selected here, it will come here. Let me click on this. It will show you what is balance amount here. Because very first time when you people are coming here, it's a debit or like a beginning balance or period activity. Likewise, no, I don't want this, Bhaskaran. I wrongly selected. Okay, cancel it. Now you can place the cursor on the top. Okay, on the top. On the top. Now we can change your layout also possible. You can change your layout also possible. Let me select this. On the right hand side, we can change our layout possible. So dimension layout. Let me click. instead of balance. So amount type I will drop it, and then balance I can put it here. So likewise, you can rearrange very well possible. That is excellent feature. In EBS, it is called FSG, Financial Statement Generator. So now we are ready for our designing of our reports. Participants, you are all okay, right? Participants, you are all okay, right? Thank you. Thank you.
Bhaskar. Yeah.
All right. Now I am in account. Click on the account. There is a thing. So I want group, parent, summary, individual, etc. etc. Many things you can play. For my class, I said instead of like a group, I want to use to revenue first. You can search here or you can scroll and you can select here. Initially 20 value will come. You can change it to 100 and then it will modify based on our row per page. Row per page can say 4-1 and then magnifier. 4-1 and then magnifier. 4-1 and then magnifier. It's going with the 41 codes. Okay, fine. So let me choose. So select my 4-1. Instead of, we can use another method, list also there, and then level 1, level 2, functions also there. Children, parent, and then sibling, member, etc. So let me choose 4110. 4110. 4110. 4120. 4110. 4120. I will push it to right hand side. Then the account, I will push it back here. If you see account means, so it's not available. So we have not concluded. Likewise will come. If I enable this checkbox, as many things, it will create as many row. Otherwise, it will put comma, 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 but different balances only. So click on OK. Now the 2 row got inserted automatically. 2 row got inserted automatically. The first one, okay. Second one, I inserted wrongly. So now I can click on how many is there? Okay, this I will remove. This I will remove and then okay. Mhm. So 4110, 4120. Third line, I want it for total. You can insert like a text, or you can insert a column. You can insert a column or a row. Column we can insert it in this side. Row we can insert it here. So now we can merge this, or you can select this. You can delete this. Likewise, we can very well play. We can very well play. So now it is company instead of, I can use account. account, it is there already. So 1 I don't want. I'm checking how to delete. I don't know where it is. Hmm. This is for our alignment and etc. And this is our right. Four one two zero. Row height, hide or something. Adjust. Even I can go for at the moment hide. We can delete also possible. Where that is delete. Let me start with the fresh. So insert grid. Let me select. Second, already database connection. Just now I completed. So I want to keep my company is page. Account is my row. Amount type as a column. Place the cursor in account. Select. Search for the to revenue account. Search for to revenue account. So 4110, 4120, remove this particular account. Place the selections into a separate rows. Now two rows are there. Adjacent to two, there is a empty box. Right click, insert. Do you want data? 4130, etc. Do you want total? Formula. You want empty space, you are going to type loans and advances. Likewise, either a text or a formula or a member or data you can choose. Now I want formula. When the formula means equal to sign will come. How formula in our application? How formula in our application? See, for example, so this is row 648, 649, 650, 651. 648 to 652. I want to total it. Normally we will use in Excel equal to sum C648 is colon 652. In FRC it is sum regular bracket and then square bracket C648 colon C652 close square bracket close your regular bracket. So that is called ranges. I want this and this as to total 647 and 650. So here it is individually that square bracket would be separated by a way of comma and then open, close, separated, open, close, separated, and then finally your regular bracket open and close. Likewise, we can use our sum. Second, many like a difference, count, min, max, etc. Plenty is there, even variance. By default, it's a sum. That I click. Immediately that square bracket, Regular bracket, it will come. Now I'm going to put square bracket 1 colon 2 and then close our square bracket. Unfortunately, only 2 line. In real time, more than 2, 3, 4, it is very useful. And then verify whether the formula properly created. Validate first. Tick mark. Validate first. After this, validate first. So 2 data and 1 total. You want to give a name of this particular field. You can't type it here. There is no title bar or display bar and all. On the right hand side, there is a custom heading. You can type total revenue. Total revenue. Click anywhere. This will come here automatically. So this is how the first, 2 rows plus data, 1 row related to like a heading along with the formula completed. Let me click on File, Save As. Normally share folders only. This will allow us to save. This will allow us to save. Expand the share folder. Under that, I can click on New Folder. So Bhaskaran, you can say FRC as a folder. Bhaskaran FRC as a folder. Under the folder, I want to give Bhaskaran revenue and the expenditure FRC. Copy and paste. FRC or report. You can give any name here. It is under report. Under share folder. Click on save. At the moment, what are all completed by your trainer, it has been saved properly. Now I want to enter some expenditure. So place the cursor adjacent to 3, right click, insert a row, data. By default 4120 will come. No need to panic. Just select an account. Just select an account. Now I'm going to select what are all our expenditure. The one I uploaded like a spreadsheet journal that I'm going to use. 5800, it's my salary. 5800, it's my salary. Second, 7110, it is nothing but advertisement. 7420, it's a rent. Raja, in real time, all we will select. For a class specifically, I have some balances that I'm selecting. 7640, it's an airfare. 7690, it's meals. 7740, let me push it to right. Then 4120, and then I will push it back here. Clear? Clear, everyone? And then the selection has to be created as a separate rows. Separate rows. Adjacent to 10, right click and then insert it as a formula. You can use here also possible. Now the formula I'm going to create with the sum inserted your square bracket. Anybody can you tell me what is I supposed to select here? What is I supposed to select here? Like your Excel. Anyone? Participant? So it between 4 to 10, 4 colon 10 square bracket, you have to close. So this is called range between 4 and 10 has to be totaled here. 1 and 2 totaled here. Click on tick and then verify whether formula, any mistakes are there, it will shout here. Now I can click on save. Now I can click on save. So heading is missing. Place the cursor right hand side, total expenditure. So total expenditure and then click on here. Click on save. For this particular topic in Oracle GL module, there is a separate chapters are there. Very well, this has been designed. So if you want, That is also I can show you. So now rows are over. Let me move on to column. In the column first, I can go to our amount type. So click on amount type. When you select here, it will reflected here, highlighted here, expanded. I want PTD, QTD, YTD. Push it right. And then you can push it back here also possible. What is that? I don't want this. I don't want this. So likewise, you can select PTD, QTD, YTD. So now all I need separate 3 column. If you select accounting period, January, February, March till December also you can choose. Comfortable everyone? So now I'm going to click on OK. 3 columns will be replaced. The previously what I selected. Now I need a total, even each row. Click on the column, right click, and then insert like a formula. Insert like a formula. How we need a formula? Then you can place the cursor. So you can place the cursor. Individually, you can select here. Individually, you can select it. Bhaskaran, this all I want to total. If it is a month, it is useful. If it is a month, it is useful. Otherwise, we can delete here. So now the total what I created previously, which is not available here. Why? Because when you inserted, it is gone here. Now you can drag, copy, and then you can paste. Put a tick mark, paste, and then validate. Copy, and then paste, and then validate, and then paste, and then validate. Likewise, I completed 3 column and then 11 rows, which has been saved. Now row over, column over, I'm going to play with respect to company. The company members I'm going to select. We have 2 and 3. Your trainer, he already uploaded 2 and 3. So different balances if you want to check. So that I'm going to select. Even a 1 or all, anything you can choose. So I want to select 2 and 3. Push it to right and then remove the 1 which is dummy and then click on OK. Which is come first, you can rearrange. 3 first, second, third. So 2 and 3. 3 and 2 also possible. Again, you can click and then you can rearrange it from here. So that is how we can push it here, which is going to first up, down, extreme up, extreme down, etc. Now I will just click on save. All are ready? No. 1 page, few rows, few columns ready. Now remote control. This grid for which period you are looking for. January means January PTD up to January QTD and then YTD. Likewise, so we are going to select January, February, March or the respective period. So for that, let me click on account period and the dimension. So expanded, I want to select for January 2025 for my class. So why radio button? You can't choose more than 1. If you want to choose more than 1, it should be a page, it should be a row, or it should be a column. It should not be your dimensions. Clear? So don't click on OK, just apply. Just apply. It won't close the window. Second, ledger. Otherwise, each and every time you have to come back here. Each and every time we have to come back here. US, apply. We set as a default at the moment. Next, department. It is 350 for our class. More than 1 if I want. So do it like your dimensions. Instead of dimension, go to your row or columns. So all departments with respect to 350, apply. So 350, apply. The next one, I can say intercompany. It is all intercompany default 00 for our class. As a default, apply selection. Next, I will move on to scenario. That scenario, it's nothing but like actual or allocated or entered, etc. Let it be actual. And then I will move on to balance amount. I told you previously, it is period. Sometimes it's debit Bhaskaran, sometimes it is credit Bhaskaran. So depending upon the account code, so let it take it. That is called like a period activity. Otherwise, you can select debit separately, credit separately, opening balance separately, closing balance separately. Apply selection. Then I will move on to currency. We are using it for USD. Scroll and select, or you can search and select. Let me select USD. Apply selection. Apply selection. Then currency type. It is currency type. It is total. Total means accounted, converted, etc. Then apply selection. Then finally, I'm going to click on OK. And then finally, I'm going to click on OK. Let me click on save. So if anything is missed out, you can find out from here any of the value which is not selected after our colons. Then you can find out. Company ready? That is called page, row, column, dimension. All are ready. Next, I will move on to our header. So we are going to put some kind of a rangoli here. So let me place the cursor in the header. So header, if you want, move here and there to increase your space, that is also possible. Insert, and then you can say, Bhaskaran, first I want to put image, company logo. So you identify where the logo has to come. On the right hand side, there is a properties. Choose a file from our destination. From our destination. So select our financial Oracle logo. Maybe it is there. Let me check. Otherwise, I will take it somewhere. Cloud image or Oracle image. Let me select. It's coming here. So you want to stretch it or you want to give some kind of an update. That is also possible. Second, I want to give a heading of this particular report. As a teacher, I'm telling you how to utilize all the information from the tool, basics. So click on text. I'm going to give like a text here. So the text name, it is very powerful compared to our EBS. You can choose the font. You can choose the font. And then you can give a size. You can give a color. Total income and expenditure report. So likewise, you can increase or you can decrease your size of the report. That is also possible. That is also possible. This can be rearranged. You can use like a shrink or you can move. That is also possible. If you want to shrink, you can use like, click and reduce. Likewise, we can enjoy and then click on save. Now I want move on to footer. In the footer, I want to insert some kind of like, Bhaskaran, I want to insert some kind of like a graphical or adjacent here. So in the footer, I can insert like a chart. So how you are looking for a chart here? How we are going to insert a chart here? Insert a chart here. So it could be a bar, it could be a line. Likewise, you can easily, like even in MS Excel, how type of bar, whether a line or like a pie diagram or like a combo. Likewise, you can choose in that whether it has to take the data either from the row or from the column or a combination. Anything we can play. So this is how we can play many things here and then click on save. So now I can click on File, HTML Preview. File, HTML Preview. So only what is selectable, like, it's a kind of like, wizard dimension. Sir, Bhaskaran, now you are in Jan. Change it to Feb, change it to March, change it to April. So it will keep on change. If it is a 2, it is a balance. If it is a 3, it will change. If you change it to 350, then you can change here. So one report flexibly, you can play as many kind of enjoyment. So this is the speciality of Oracle. Got it, Raja? Remote control. Channel changes. Likewise, Bhaskaran, when I click, it has to go to Oracle application. Somebody manipulate the balance, which I don't want. Okay, then I'm going to click on the corner. So on the corner, with respect to our, like, body grid on the corner. So you can select whether you need a drill down capability or not. Drill through I want. When you need a page break. When you are using a parent, you want to expand it all. Likewise, many things we can enable or disable the checkboxes here. So now I'm going to click on again HTML preview. HTML preview. Now if I click on 175, it will ask you, do you want account monitor or inspector or like a child balances? So I want account inspector. The previous one, what your trainer, he explained that it will be connected. Then the balance, it will come. Then you can't manipulate. It will come directly. Condition, you should have a username and password properly. Clear? Raja understood, Raja? Raja understood, everyone? So this is the speciality of our Oracle application. The moment if I change it to 03, this balance, again, it will change if it is any changes are there. Even you can give like a loss or a profit, this minus this. Likewise, also, we can very well play. So these are all amazing. Let me close this. Next, I will move on to our application again. So you can convert it as a PDF preview also possible. PDF preview also possible. PDF preview also possible. No, I want to put some Rangoli Bhaskaran. So I want to give some kind of a designing Bhaskaran. And then we can go with another method. Everybody listen. Let me save and then close. And then close. Now I can move on to this particular window. Smart view. I told you during our respective cache management, copy up to .com. After Smart View, it has been properly installed. You can go to Smart View. Under a option, ensure whether the company proper URL you have given instead of up to .com, the relevant instance has to be copied, pasted, then /workspace and all, you should not remove. Otherwise, it won't work. And then it won't work. Let me remove everything. How to access this FRC report in Smart View, I'm going to explain. In Smart View, I'm going to explain. Then how to develop the report in Smart View itself, that is also I'm going to explain. That is also I'm going to explain. Let me start with like a blank file. So let me go to Smart View. Option done. Panel. On the right hand side, there is a Smart View kind of grid, it will come. We are going to private connection for our production. So or like a employee. Short connection for our class. Immediately it will ask you whether you have a privileges and username and password. So I can enter the username and the password and then sign in and then sign in. It will come like a drop down. There is a two type of drop down. One like a FRC, Hyperion Financial Reporting. Second one, Oracle S-based database. That is our next topic. Select the Hyperion. Select the Hyperion. And then expanded the URL under a share folder, under a Bhaskaran FRC, expanded FRC. There is a report and then open in the bottom. Open in the bottom. Open in the bottom. Through OTBA window also, you can run this. OTBA window also, you can run this. We need some kind of a technical people support. So once it is loaded, what we designed, but drill down capability, it won't work for FRC report when we are going to access through our Smart View. When you are going to develop the reports in our Smart View itself, then drill down. Here also we can very well enjoy. Here also very well you can enjoy. So the basic one I'm just explaining here. So what all I promised during a lunch, I will send it to you all. The documents which is misted out for FRC or FRC which is already there in our GL, I can show you. The other one, it is nothing but like, recordings. So let it load and then I'm going to show you how to do the insertion of our FRC, what we configured in our Smart View under Excel window. So what are all the offering got enabled for this particular server, it will be listed out. From there, the share folder will come, which I created my own folder under that particular revenue and expenditure reports. It don't take that much time. I don't know. Let me check. Let me try one more time. So click on here and then open. Okay, maybe lunchtime. Let me check it out. So now I will move on to our second method, that is called Smart View. So expand the cluster. So how I develop the report there? Similarly, I'm going to develop here. Expanded here. Select here. You can say that, connect. Connect here. So very important info, it will come automatically. That is called ad hoc analysis report. We can develop our own report also possible. We need some kind of a technical assistance. But how I'm going to develop, I can show you. The by default, you can see that account period, it's under row, ledger, company. Many things are coming here. One by one, I'm going to play here. In the account period, I want to replace to account period to some other like a balance type or amount type. So what you can do, amount type, you just drag it here. And then account period, you can drag it there. Or amount period, you can push it in the column. And then ledger, we can push it on the top. Amount type, I can keep it here. Account, let me drag it here. Account period, I can drop back here. So likewise, you can rearrange the dimension, which is page, which is row, which is column. Similar in the FRC or in the accounts inspector, it can be done here. Second, how to do it? Don't do any delete or insert. I will tell you slowly. Zoom in, there is a drop down. All level or like a next level. If you select next level, it will expand it to our account code and all. If you don't want like a zoom out, it will collapse. And then zoom all level, if you give, all the code will come. All the code, it will come. I want to keep some account code. I told you, right? The one which I used for our FRC, the same I'm going to utilize it for this particular topic. Use control and then click 1. It will be highlighted 1, 2, and then 5800, 5800, 7110, and then 7420, 7450, 7640, 7690, and then 7740. You can keep keep only means what are all other things it will be removed. Do not delete. You can use remove only or a keep only. Let me keep only. Then what are all I selected, that alone it will come. I don't want cash, then remove only. Do not delete here. Now I will move on to revenue. Few expenditures are there. Amount type I can say. So double click you can say member selection. Double click you can choose, or you can select your member the way how I selected. Double click, all will be expanded. Which one you are going to retain? So otherwise, what all you are selecting, remove only. Likewise, remove only also you can use, or keep only also we can use. PTD, QTD, YTD, rearrange possible, I told you. So ledger or company code. These are all how to select. So let me select ledger and then member selection. Member selection. In that, I want my US ledger only for this particular report. Remaining, I will select as a default. Click on OK. Now I can click on point of view, or it is called dimension, how it is going to display between one value to another value. You can click, it will come, or you can put it on the top, it will come there. The way how I explain in the FRC, similarly we can explain here. Now I want company code, three dotted, three dotted, three dotted. I want 02 company first, 03 company second, and then the company what is there, I can push it back, go to the second account period. I want to select January 2025. So likewise, you can very well choose much easier than your FRC in our smart view. Go to our third one. It is called ledger, which we already completed. And then I will go to department. It is 350, or you can select more than one. You can select like a drop down also possible, and then push it back. And then click on the next one, intercompany 00. Intercompany 00. Next one, scenario, it is actual for our class. Actual our class. Then I can move on to balance amount. It is period activity. It is period activity. It could be a debit, it could be a credit. The next one, it is currency. It is nothing but USD. I know the place, that's why I just moved here. How you come to directly USD, don't ask me. And then currency type, it is total, push it right, and then push it left, and then okay. All are ready now. All are ready. Just to refresh the balance, it will come automatically. Just to refresh, you will get a balance automatically. And then, so you will keep on change it to 02 to 03 and then refresh. Again, we can change it here. We can put like a heading, logo, etc., etc., etc. Similar like our regular Excel also possible. And then file, save as, and then desktop. File, save as, and then desktop. So it is FRC report. So now double click also, it will work. I told you, if you are not deleted anything through inspector, through detail balance, that is also, it will work here. You can put like a Rangoli or whatever you want. You can put it like our regular Excel, how you are going to do your kind of our connections you can do. You can say account head. And then these are all, you can put it like your all, very well possible. And then I saved it. Remaining, I have not put anything. You can play whatever you want. Assuming this file, I send it to Mr. Navneet. Navneet says, hey, Bhaskaran, so what happened? I want to open this file. So I just given this file. When he is opening, he is my manager, he is opening that particular file. It is coming like, no. First of all, Navneet got this username and password or not. When you view, there is no problem. The moment if he wants to change it to 03 company to 02 company, refresh, it will ask you whether username and password is mandatory or not. Then if you modify, then it will keep on change. One report, multiple dimension, we can very well play. So this is how we can enjoy with respect to this particular smart view. We can develop the report here itself possible. The last one, I can try one more time. So how to insert at our FRC here. Then afternoon, I'm going to explain. Very first topic called mass allocation. Mass allocation first. Close period, some report second. Then we have some kind of like, small like a accounting sequence, and then document sequencing, and then like, third party account. And then like, you can say DFF, descriptive flex field or additional information. Finally, budgetary control. These are all, even though which is not discussed with your company. So I'm going to demonstrate. Otherwise, we will discuss during our lunch. So let me click on panel. Click on short connection. Click on short connection. Enter login credential. And then sign in. And then sign in. Drop down Hyperion, expand the URL. And then select and open. Select and open. Select and open. Select and open. Here also, what we developed here, we can rearrange here. That is also possible. That is also possible. So separate manual also there for our FRC when we are attending any Oracle University training. That manual, it is already, it's a chapter under like our general ledger. Even I have cut down that particular topic alone as a separate manual. That is also will be given to you. That is also will be given to you. So afternoon, I'm going to explain mass allocation, very important topic, like a fixed or variable, how to keep like, parameters like runtime process, RTP, how we can set it, everything I can show you. And then we'll move on to other topics. Maybe this is also not working. Let me try in the afternoon. We'll go for lunch at the moment. We'll connect at 1:55 IST. Between 1:50 to 1:55 IST. We'll go for a lunch. Then after the lunch, we'll go for remaining GL topic. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thanks.